Everyone for giving me this opportunity to share the Word of God. The theme I have selected for today's sermon is God is a healing God. This will be a relatable topic for most of us listening. I would like to continue with a word of prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you for blessing us with this wonderful day. Thank you for giving us the ability to wake up, breathe, and do everything that we need to do. I pray that everyone overcomes their trouble and hardships. Please, dear Lord, help the people with the coronavirus. Please help them overcome and get cured with their sickness. Please help those who are trying to find a cure the ability to find a cure as soon as possible. Please help the homeless, hunger, thirst, sick and needy, poor and poverty. Please, dear Lord, fulfill all our wishes. Please keep us safe in your mighty hands. As I share the word of God, please help everyone to understand and let my words sink in. In God's mighty name, Amen. The Bible parable that we will be focusing on today is mentioned in Matthew chapter 9 verses 20 to 22. Matthew chapter 9 verses 20 to 22. It says, "A woman who had been bleeding for 12 years came up behind Jesus and barely touched his clothes. She had said to herself, 'If I can just touch his clothes, I will get well.' Jesus turned. He saw the woman and said, 'Don't worry, you are now well because of your faith.' At that moment, she was healed." So there was a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. Not 1 year, not 2 years, but 12 years. There was a large crowd. She came close behind the crowd to touch Jesus' coat. She was thinking, "If I can just touch his coat, I will be healed." Eventually, she was able to touch the coat. Then Jesus turned and said to the woman, "Don't worry, you are now well because of your faith." Then right at that moment, the woman who had been suffering from bleeding for 12 years with the faith that touching Jesus' coat would heal her, got healed. If we dig deep into this parable, there was a woman who was bleeding for 12 years. So 12 years of extreme pain and suffering. She came with hardship behind a large crowd that was following Jesus. Then she, with extreme pain, struggled her way into the crowd to Jesus. She did all this to touch Jesus' coat, just to touch Jesus' coat. Which one of us who had been bleeding for 12 years would go into a large crowd to touch Jesus' coat? I know that even if I was to go, I would still be skeptical if I would be healed or not. That proves the amount of faith she had in God. She knew that she would be healed with the touch of Jesus' coat. God always puts us in difficult and painful situations. Not that he wants to, but to test our faith in him. Instead of being doubtful and complaining to God why you have to go through this, if you put your faith into God and pray wholeheartedly, you will receive what you need. And God knows what you need because he created us. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you be safe and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.